agencies.
General Asthana, what is your point of view here? 2,000 overground workers have been rounded up, but what is the procedure to narrow down who's involved or not? 2,000 is a large number, sir. But of course, the security of Jammu and Kashmir and its importance, General Asthana, is larger.
Certainly, the screening of overground worker, as you mentioned, is a tedious job, but there is no doubt that they will be able to, when, as was mentioned, when we relate it with the scene of incident, then obviously you can narrow down the overground workers involved in this. But notwithstanding that, the others also need to be, even if they were involved in some other incident, they need to be investigated seriously. Now, let me, based on what the commentary which you gave and what Mr. Vaid has spoken, let me first highlight that there is a need for a credible evidence, credible investigation. Because investigation, firstly, it has to be exhaustive. Secondly, it has to be credible to an extent that when we are framing Pakistan, that framing becomes important, and we know that Pakistan is involved. Now the question is, we have to prove it also that Pakistan is involved, not only for our conviction, but for everybody else, as compared to as when it comes to the external players, because everybody is saying, okay, action should be taken against the perpetrators and till the last end of the earth and all. That's all is fine. But the question is, the perpetrators and the planners, they are ISI. This has to be an established link, which is to our mind, it is very clear. We know that so far, with whatever information has come out, the individuals, out of these individuals, Musa was certainly his background has been checked to say
The
that
Pakistani operative, sir. He was a Pakistani commando.
Yeah, he was a Pakistani commando. Now, whether he was loaned to LET or he was and still serving, or he had left and joined LET, this part we will have to perhaps we will have to have concrete evidences of that as well. Similarly, there are a whole lot of other information which have come. So, with NIA and investigation as the subject which you brought out, there will be a need to use all the technology appliances. The communication, there would be certain leads which will have to be traced. Similarly, there have to be other linkages also, like it was mentioned that I think one of them is certainly involved in some other terror act in 2024, and there would be certain leads and certain information of that incident too, in which one person was killed. Similarly, when it comes to overground workers, now credibly, shall I say, the conviction of overground worker is something which is which need to be halved by everybody. The reason is, in past, there are many overground workers who have gone, even after their crime was proved, they have been left lightly. And therefore, the deterrence to the overground worker is still not as we would like it to be. And the fact that there are overground workers and 200 have been rounded up, that means these 200, even if there is a suspicion, the fact is, even if, let's say, hypothetically 20% of them have actually had in terms some terror incident or the other, that is itself is quite a big number, and our deterrence should not have should have caused a situation that this figure must shrink in Kashmir. So that is necessary. Similarly, the kind of lot of information will also be available, and I'm sure the investigation agencies will, as to what they were wearing. They were sophisticated equipment, they were wearing body cameras, then they were carrying satellite phones around, and then as we know that with the kind of weaponry which they carried, and with all other things, the linkages will be, and this time I'm pretty sure that they knew that the communication is the main leakage when it comes to the information of a terror operation. So they have actually got the sets which have encrypted communication, and that is why I think very much the investigative agencies could not pick up, or intelligence agencies could not pick up this trend, because they were there for fair amount of time, and I'm sure they must have made fair amount of communication. Their communication with handlers is again will be a very credible evidence to prove that Pakistanis are involved, and all these will be required at some point of time, because at the end of the day, when we take action against Pakistan, we know that they are involved. There is no doubt about it. But then Pakistan is making a point in UNSC to say that there should be an impartial investigation. So let's first do our investigation, exhaustive investigation, and then share the data with international agencies. Certainly, we should not be bothered about Pakistan, nor should we be sharing any data, because we have done it enough in past. But certain other agencies, they may be and they may be contribute. They can contribute also. Maybe that CIA may have some kind of communication data, and they could have also recorded. They have a fair amount of intelligence system all over, and and if need be, I see no harm even in taking help of the technology of the USA or Israel, if we can get some more clear evidences out of it. I see no harm in that, in case we do not have a particular technology to pick up, because we have not been able to apparently see. The fact is, these people are still there. They have not been caught, and they are hiding somewhere. And when they are hiding somewhere, I am given to understand that they were carrying certain capsules in a manner that they can remain self-sustained and have very less reliance on overground workers and special SSG operators. They are used to this. So they will have certain sustenance period, maybe 7 days, maybe 10 days, maybe 15 days. After that, they will certainly need some kind of recoupment. But at the same time, the anxiety in the entire country is a lot. So 10 days, 15 days it will be a fair amount of. It will be difficult to have that kind of patience. So I'm sure people are on the job. They are doing all what can be done. But certainly a detailed investigation of the kind which we all discussed is very important. Back to you.
So stay with us. According to NIA sources, leaders of